The Game of Life, and How to Play It. Originally published in 1925, The Game of Life has become a spiritual classic. In a down-to-earth style filled with anecdotes, the book covers such topics as prosperity, healing, forgiveness, faith, and divine design. Chapter 1, The Game. Most people consider life a battle, but it is not a battle, it is a game. However, this is a game that cannot be played successfully without the knowledge of spiritual law. The Old and New Testaments clearly outline the rules of the game. Jesus Christ taught that life is a great game of giving and receiving. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. This means that whatever man sends out in word or deed will return to him, what he gives, he will receive. If he gives hate, he will receive hate, if he gives love, he will receive love, if he gives criticism, he will receive criticism, if he lies, he will be lied to, if he cheats, he will be cheated. We are also taught that the imaging faculty plays a significant role in the game of life. Proverbs 4 verse 23 states, "Keep thy heart, or imagination, with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life." This means that what man images, sooner or later, externalizes in his affairs. I know of a man who feared a rare disease. Though it was difficult to contract, he continually pictured it and read about it until it manifested in his body, and he died, the victim of distorted imagination. Thus, to play successfully in life, we must train the imaging faculty. A person with an imaging faculty trained to envision only good brings into their life every righteous desire of their heart, health, wealth, love, friends, perfect self-expression, and their highest ideals. The imagination has been called the scissors of the mind, for it cuts and shapes the pictures man sees in his mind. Sooner or later, he meets his own creations in the outer world. To train the imagination successfully, one must understand the workings of their mind. The Greek said, "Know thyself." There are three departments of the mind, the subconscious, conscious, and superconscious. Subconscious is simply power without direction. It is like steam or electricity, it does what it is directed to do but has no power of induction. Whatever man feels deeply or images clearly is impressed upon the subconscious mind and carried out in great detail. For example, a woman I know, when a child, always made believe she was a widow. She dressed in black clothes and wore a long black veil. People thought it was clever and amusing. She later married a man she loved deeply, and soon after, he died. She wore black and a veil for many years. The picture of herself as a widow had been impressed upon her subconscious mind, and in due time, it manifested in her life. The conscious mind has been called the mortal or carnal mind. It is the human mind and sees life as it appears, death, disaster, sickness, poverty, and limitation. It impresses the subconscious with these pictures. The superconscious mind is the God mind within each person and is the realm of perfect ideas. In it lies the perfect pattern spoken of by Plato, the divine design. There is a divine design for each person, a place you are to fill that no one else can fill, and something you are to do that no one else can do. There is a perfect picture of this in the superconscious mind, which usually appears as an unattainable ideal, something too good to be true. In reality, it is man's true destiny, flashed to him from the infinite intelligence within himself. Many people, however, are unaware of their true destinies and are striving for things that do not belong to them, leading to failure and dissatisfaction if attained. For example, a woman came to me asking me to speak the word so she could marry a certain man, whom she called AB. I told her that this would violate spiritual law, but I would speak the word for the right man, the divine selection, the man who belonged to her by divine right. I said, if AB is the right man, you cannot lose him. If he isn't, you will receive his equivalent. She met AB often, but their relationship did not progress. A week later, she called and said, "Do you know, for the last week, AB hasn't seemed so wonderful to me." I replied, "Maybe he is not the divine selection, another man may be the right one." Soon, she met another man who fell in love with her at once, saying she was his ideal. In fact, he said everything she had always wished AB would say to her. She soon lost all interest in AB. This shows the law of substitution. A right idea was substituted for a wrong one, and there was no loss or sacrifice involved. Jesus Christ said, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. He also said the kingdom was within man, the realm of right ideas, or the divine pattern. Jesus also taught that man's words played a leading role in the game of life. By your words ye are justified, and by your words ye are condemned. Many people bring disaster into their lives through idle words. For example, a woman once asked me why her life was filled with poverty and limitation. She had once had a beautiful home but had grown tired of managing it. She would repeatedly say, "I'm sick and tired of things, I wish I lived in a trunk." Eventually, she found herself living in a trunk, having spoken herself into it. The subconscious mind has no sense of humor, and people often joke themselves into unhappy experiences. Fortunately, the law works both ways. A situation of lack can be transformed into one of plenty. For example, a woman came to me one summer day for a treatment for prosperity. She was exhausted and discouraged, with only $8 to her name. I said, "Good, we will bless the $8 and multiply them as Jesus Christ multiplied the loaves and fishes." She asked what to do next, and I replied, "Follow your intuition. Do you have a hunch to do anything or go anywhere? Intuition is man's unerring guide." The woman replied, "I don't know, I seem to have a hunch to go home, I've just enough money for car fare." I encouraged her to follow her hunch, so she left for home. Soon after, she received thousands of dollars through a miraculous series of events. She later said to me, "Tell people about the woman who came to you with $8 and a hunch." There is always plenty on man's path, but it can only manifest through desire, faith, or the spoken word. Jesus Christ clearly stated, "Ask, and it shall be given you, seek, and ye shall find, knock, and it shall be opened unto you." Matt. 7:7. In the scriptures we read, "Concerning the works of my hands, command ye me." Infinite intelligence, God, is ever ready to carry out man's demands. Every desire, expressed or unexpressed, is a demand. We are often surprised when a wish is suddenly fulfilled. For example, one Easter, after seeing beautiful rose trees in the florist's windows, I wished I would receive one. On Easter, I was given a beautiful rose tree. My friend, who had sent it, replied, "I didn't send you a rose tree, I sent you lilies." The order had been mixed up, but the law had been set in motion, and I had to have a rose tree. Nothing stands between man and his highest ideals but doubt and fear. When man can wish without worrying, every desire will be instantly fulfilled. I will explain more fully in a following chapter why fear must be erased from the consciousness, as it is man's only enemy. Fear is faith in evil instead of good. The object of the game of life is to see clearly one's good and to erase all mental pictures of evil. This can be done by impressing the subconscious mind with a realization of good. A brilliant man, who achieved great success, once told me he erased all fear from his consciousness by reading a sign that said, "Why worry, it will probably never happen." This statement was stamped indelibly on his subconscious mind, and now he is convinced that only good can come into his life. In the following chapters, I will discuss how to impress the subconscious mind. It is a faithful servant, but one must be careful to give it the right orders. Every thought, every word, is impressed upon it and carried out in detail. It is like a singer making a record on a sensitive phonographic plate, with every note, tone, and even hesitation recorded. So let us break the old, bad records in the subconscious mind and create new, beautiful ones. Speak these words aloud with conviction: "I now smash and demolish every untrue record in my subconscious mind. They shall return to the dust heap of their native nothingness, for they came from my own vain imaginings. I now make my perfect records through the Christ within, records of health, wealth, love, and perfect self-expression." This is the square of life, the game completed. In the following chapters, I will show how man can change his conditions by changing his words. Any man who does not know the power of the word is behind the times. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Proverbs 18 verse 21. Life is not a battle, but a game that can be successfully played by understanding spiritual laws. It explains that the key to mastering this game lies in recognizing the power of thoughts, words, and imagination. The subconscious mind plays a significant role, responding to whatever is impressed upon it, whether positive or negative. Through stories and examples, the chapter illustrates how desires, words, and images shape reality. It also highlights the importance of aligning with divine guidance and letting go of fear to manifest one's highest ideals. The chapter concludes by stressing the transformative power of the spoken word and the necessity of positive mental programming for success and fulfillment.